Welcome to the Cube Talk Show, where every conversation is a new twist, every idea a move toward clarity, and every guest helps us solve the puzzles of business, creativity, and life. I'm your host, Joshua Kirkpatrick, and together we're taking the next step toward transformation. So let's dive in and start turning the cube. Hey, this is Joshua on the Cube Talk Show. So excited that you're here. Today, I want to help you do something that might be hard for some of you to think through when it comes to business. Maybe you're in business school or you're learning about business and you're like, man, there's a lot to learn about business. And there is. And I also don't think anybody can ever say they know everything there is to know about business, even if they've made millions and billions of dollars. But there is one thing is for sure, there are components of business that make a business run and successful, regardless of how big or how small the organization is. So some of these big tech giants like Google, Microsoft, as some examples, or maybe a smaller business that might come to your mind as an example, all have similar things in common. It's just the scale in which they do them at is much different. And that's really, when it comes to breaking business down, it's really the difference between a small and a big business is they do the same things, but they do it at a different scale. Okay? What I want to do today is I want to take the cube and I want to help you simplify an organization, no matter how big or how small it is, no matter what you're learning about in business, to help you understand and simplify business and what is needed to make a business work and thrive as well. So the examples I'm going to use aren't all indicative of everything, but I'm just going to give you some examples to help you think through this a little bit more than maybe you have been. So there are three types of pieces with the cube, and I honestly believe there's three areas that a business must be working on to survive and thrive at a big company or a small company. So you have with the cube, you have your centerpieces. These centerpieces never move. You have it here, you have it here, and here, and here, and here, and here. I mean, you have them everywhere on the cube. You have 6 of them. But these centerpieces are the glue to the business. So I want you to think about these as foundational pieces. If you don't have these, good luck trying to run a successful business. So functions of a business. Think about functions. Think about the finances, okay? The cash flow. Think about your operations, right? Think about your sales. Think about your marketing efforts. These are things that are very important to have. There's some more out there too, but those are some good examples of foundational functions of a business that you must have in order to be successful. Because here's the thing, if you're not marketing, if you're not selling, then what are you doing in business? Like, you're not going to be able to operate in business for too long because the initial investment you put in the business is going to start going down, and before you know it, you're going to have to go out of business because you have no more money coming in, right? Or operations or cash coming in. So those are some good examples of foundational pieces or center pieces to the functionality of a business working and being successful in that way. Now, the next set of pieces is edge pieces. Okay, these are pieces that connect the centers together. I like to call these processes. In the business world, processes. And these processes connect different functions together. So a good example of that is, how does the process of receiving money impact accounts payable? Okay, receiving money in, we have to have a process of when we receive money in, how do we successfully distribute that money to either expenses or to payroll or to operating accounts. We have to have a process for that. Even if it's a simple process, we still have to have processes in place for that, right? Another area too, how does operations impact the bottom line dollar? How do we have processes in place to connect operations to accounting, or accounting to just different areas of the business. So processes, you need to have processes in place. These are the edge pieces. And then last but not least, you have a third piece, and that's the corner piece. The corner piece is built off of the foundational functions and the edge piece processes that help the business expand and grow. It's looking at the innovative ways that we can expand and grow. What could be? How can we do this different? How can we expand what we're doing? So it's pointing outwards. It's growing. It's building upon the foundations of what's already there. And these are the corner pieces. corner pieces. So thinking about ways to continuously improve what we're doing and how we are doing it. So every big and small business has centerpieces, foundational functions, operations, finance, sales, marketing that keep it together. Microsoft has to have those just as much as a small business has to. They're just making more money. They're doing it at a different scale. Microsoft has to have edge pieces in addition to small businesses, processes that keep things flowing, that work together, that connect accounts receivable to accounts payable and operations to technology. We have to have processes for that. Those are the edge pieces. And then the core pieces, building upon what already exists. How can we innovate? How can we try new things to grow and scale what we're already doing? Same thing for Microsoft. Okay? And I keep using Microsoft as an example here, but building upon what works. Microsoft has opportunity to grow and scale. Small businesses have opportunities to grow and scale. What could we do different? How can we grow? What's the future going to look like? So those are some good examples when it comes to looking at the cube in that regard to simplifying an organization. So with that, remember, you might just be one step away from solving your next problem. Well, that's a wrap for today's episode of the Cube Talk Show. Thanks for joining us as we explore unique opportunities, one turn at a time. If you find these perspectives helping you to solve your own problems, then by all means, make sure to hit that subscribe button below for more content. Remember, the solution may simply be one turn away. So keep turning, keep learning, and keep solving. Until next time, I'm Joshua Kirkpatrick, and this is your show in motion.